All right. We are back from SeaBATTLE Royale. I'm Kronos again. He's Nerd. And we are ready for a set with, I didn't realize their name was Costco Shrimp Cocktail 56.
Oh.
It jumped a little bit.
Yeah, it skipped a few.
Skipped a few cocktails. We're not 56 in. Might be cooked.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a shrimp cocktail at that point.
I think they need some water.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're getting it. We're on Hagglefish, game 1.
You're at this fish market.
Fish market, might get some shrimp. I'm excited to see this set.
Yes. All right, looks like on the side of Mouse Swarm we have Player, Shisa, Avocado, and Sakura. And on Costco Shrimp Cocktail 56, we have Spinini, Covalent, Chemtrails, and Lil Rice.
Yeah, I'm excited for Mouse Swarm because Player and Shisa, they play for Adult Swim. And then we got Otter, who they recently just started a team. And then Sakura plays for Worm Regards, which is, I think, a Div 5 team.
Nice.
Don't quote me on that. I'm sorry. But, I mean, I know Mouse Swarm. I know a little bit of Costco Shrimp Cocktail. I've talked to them.
Yeah.
They're always here.
Staple team of SeaBATTLE.
It is true. It is the SeaBATTLE team.
Yeah.
And it looks like I think we're getting ready to go into the match. We're just trying to figure out. Players are ready. Looks like it. And I hear a noise of us starting up. And I am excited for Hagglefish Zones Game 1. Classic.
Classic, yep.
I know Otter plays a lot of Brellas. I'm curious if we'll see a Tent, a Sorella Brella, maybe even a V-Brella. I hope not a Bambrella. I'm a hater. I'm
What
not
about
gonna deny
undercover, though? We have the reslider to go through mid.
Slider cheese. It's right there. You could take it. But do you want to?
Do you want to?
Do you want to be that guy? Probably not. You could. But I will say I'm getting looks from Jorian for quieting down because my brain is dying.
Oh, yeah.
But
All right, let's yap.
Yap. My brain is not yapping right now for some reason, even though I said it
I
would.
can hear them readying up in the lobby. We're nearing game time.
We're getting close. Also, okay, Costco Shrimp Cocktail has stickers with, like,
Yes.
they're handing out. They are awesome. They're hollow. I mean, you have to get one. They're the staple SeaBATTLE team.
I know, that's going on my water bottle right away.
If you don't have your own Costco Shrimp Cocktail, what are you doing? Go get one.
Yeah.
Watch the stream, but go get one.
Watch while you're going getting one.
Wow.
You got the horrible Twitch mobile app.
All right, it sounds like we are loading into game 1. And what do we think we'll see from Costco Shrimp Cocktail?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm probably a junior. I know that much. Nope, 52. Okay.
We lied. 5296 Wellstring Neo Splash. We got plenty of walls and plenty of paint. And we do see the Sorella Brella coming out from Otter on the side of Mouse Swarm.
All right. One thing I do notice is that they are going to have trouble taking down that pack from side of whichever side has the gals.
Costco Shrimp Cocktail.
Yeah, Costco.
You said the brush just flanked bottom right at the very beginning. Already has a whale coming out from behind them, trying to be annoying. Finds a pick on the Wellstring, and it's just going to keep being a rat in this bottom right as the rest of Mouse Swarm is going to try and push in through mid.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing throughout this game is being able to watch those flanks for that brush.
This brush is going to be trying to be as annoying as possible, always behind you, always popping whale, and that's it. You're just going to have to try and deal with it at this point. Hammer throw doesn't find anyone. We see Shisa on this edit just holding down the zone, trying to keep that cap as long as possible while the rest fight it out.
Costco Shrimp just not being able to push him through their plat.
Zuka finding one from player onto 2 different people, in fact. And bottom right, the Brush is calling for help, and the Brella is here to fight that in a 2v1.
And one big thing about this game is that Costco Shrimp Cocktail does not have a cooler, so every pick that Mouseswarm is going to get is going to be in their favor.
Every pick they're getting is just that much more important, especially when cooler. And the Brush is just going to try to run up behind the Kraken. Gets taken out, but the Kraken was almost wasted. And we have a Jet now coming out from Mouseswarm, finding one, 2 going down. And that's 3. It's just the Gal, and that's a wipe.
That's a wipeout. We're probably going to be seeing game here for Mouseswarm unless Costco Shrimp Cocktail can get like a miracle wipe here.
Yeah, but there's the cooler, and 3, 2, 1, and that is game 1 for Mouseswarm. And overall, a pretty clean game.
Yeah, just really able to play around the map and play around each other to just be in Costco Shrimp Cocktail's face and not being able to let them get back in.
Yeah. Mouseswarm, they took a little bit to get zoned, but I feel like once they did, they slowly took their space, and they just held every space they got.
Yep.
I gotta put my
glasses down.
My nice glasses on. Look at that.
You know, Saf said I wouldn't be able to see through these, but I can see fine.
Yeah, just a little change the color of the world a little bit, but it's fine. Fire colored glasses instead of rose colored.
Hot pink.
Hot pink. I mean, that's a good way to see the world, I guess.
Get the Barbie glasses.
The Barbie glasses. We saw in that replay, just the Kraken having to turn for that brush just slowed their entire push down, and they just couldn't, like, Costco Shrimp Cocktail couldn't retake after that, unfortunately.
All right, but looking ahead to Umami Ruins Clans.
I like this map.
Me too.
I think it is very good. This is going to be a very good map for Mouseswarm because I feel like the brush can get even further behind and just keep being that rat that Sakura is really good at.
Yes.
I also just really like the combo of brush and brush umbrella in general, because like you have to deal with the rat behind you and the wall ahead of you, so you just can't look either way.
But I will say, if Costco Shrimp Cocktail sticks to their double gal comp, they will have 2 walls to kind of shut down either side of that like mid area.
That's true. I do think the walls will help them. They just have to make sure that they can get those picks as quickly as they can.
Yeah.
And I hear most people readying up, and I think in just a few seconds we are going into Game 2 Umami Ruin Clams. I love that transition. I'm going to keep talking about it. He's just so happy.
All right, we're seeing an end try this time.
Yeah, cooler coming out from both sides this time. And Mouseswarm having 3 really annoying weapons to take down.
Yes.
That Wiper is just going to also try and play off the brush. But the brush gets taken down very early by that gal. Trying to find a pick or a trade back onto it, but just can't seem to find it.
Costco Shrimp Cocktail, all they want to do is try to capitalize off that as much as they can. Even taking it down to 10 with the well string. We'll see
that well string tent matchup is not the most fun, but we'll see how it keeps going as the well string has to drop right side, might be able to find a pick on the edit, but the brush comes behind and finds 2.
That's a massive flank from that brush, really just getting in their face as much as they can.
We're going to have a Whale and a Zuka almost up for this push, and we're going to try and just hold as many clams as we can. The Wiper goes down with 5, unfortunately, but gets traded out.
Definitely want to see this edit maybe picking up some clams to score more, but it looks like they're just going to be holding the space and backing off for now.
Yeah, it looks like Mouseswarm just wants to hold the space. Doesn't matter too much about scoring all at once, and they just want to make sure that they keep the the dome held down.
Yeah, that would be a good strategy for Mouseswarm because they have such like explosive push power with that brush in the tent. They can kind of just keep chipping in whenever they can.
The brush goes down early, and Tent Shield coming in. just holding back with Azuka. Finds one on bottom right and finds the well string. Goes down, but that's 2 balls ready to score right here.
Taking that all the way down to 42, and they still have more clams coming in from that back line.
We see the Wiper going back for clams while the tent just tries to stall. Gets one with the mine, and that's going to be another like 20 points-ish for Mouse Swarm. Costco Shrimp Cocktail really has to try and find a way to shut down this push.
And I believe they do have game with that Wiper going back for those extra 3. So if they can just stall this basket long enough, that will be game for Mouse Swarm.
That is it. Very good game from Mouse Swarm. Just they held that like plat the whole time.
Yeah, with that edit on the dome, they just weren't able to get in.
Yeah. Between the shields and just all the distractions from every direction,
yes.
The edit could also just fight anything they wanted. This is
all right, next up is Crablet Capital, and I am of the opinion that the Brush might struggle a bit here, so let's see how this game goes.
That's interesting. I'm of the opposite.
Oh, really?
I think Brush on this map is really annoying.
Huh.
I think if in zones, it's not as good, but I think Rainmaker, the fact that you can take either pass or path to like just get behind, it's so obnoxious. As long as they like time their drops and pushes with the rest of their team, I think it's going to be very hard for Costco Shrimp Cocktail to shut down. I will say, player has switched weapon every game. I'm curious. Like, shot to Wiper isn't that crazy, but I've seen them pull out a bunch of different weapons when I was scrimming with them. So I am curious what they might swap to for this map.
And it's definitely a hard game when you're constantly switching weapons. As a flex player myself, you just kind of always want to play what's best, but that's going to be a different thing depending on the map or the mode or whatever your other teammates are playing.
Yeah. I will say Shisa on that edit has been very good for them because they're getting cooler out very quickly, and I feel like they're swinging a lot of fights.
Yes,
they're just able to fight, getting picks.
They're just really helping their team so much.
Yeah.
With such a powerful weapon, it can kill so fast and put out so much damage.
So much damage and just able to capitalize on those distractions. But we're going into Game 3, match point for Mouse Swarm. Let's see if Costco Shrimp Cocktail can do something about it.
I think they're bringing out the S-Blast here.
And a cooler. You see the zap with QR and a sploosh from player.
Interesting. I'm
very curious to see how much of a rat this sploosh can be on top of all the other rats in the game. This is the sploosh going down early to a bomb, but the tent is behind and finds one. Might be able to find another one on this Jet Squelcher, but the Jet gets away. Oh, and the Rainmaker's just running for it. They might get checked. There's first check already 30 seconds in. You see this Brush just trying to get the shot out. The shot does jump away from Rainmaker, but Mouse Swarm just needs to take map control, but they are not getting it right now.
Looks like Sakura are going to be able to clean up mid a bit, take all those extra players out.
Gets another one bottom right and just quickly taking space. No one really able to shut them down quite yet, but there it is. The Jet Squelcher does take him down. And we're going to see a push for top right by the looks of it. And this is a strong position to be when you have a 10.
Now Zuka's just going to come out as cover just so they can maintain that top right. But it looks like with the Storm, they're actually going to choose to back out. So Costco Shrimp Cocktail has a chance to defend this.
We do see the sploosh, though, sharking on plat. Going to come behind on the grates. Might just choose to grab Rainmaker here. They do, and they're going to try and just run for points. Gets to 41. Not a great push considering it, but you take what you can get.
Yep.
You see 2 in this bottom left. The S+ gets picked off, and the Brush is going to run away for their life. Might be able to just try and come back in to be annoying, but chooses to just really play their life as long as they can. Whale coming out. finding people on plat, and the Sploosh is going to take advantage of that right here.
They're just going to cause as much chaos as possible with that hammer, and they're just going to cause so much of an opening for that Rainmaker to go. Only going to be getting 3 more points up on that top right area. SeaBattle's going to be able to clean that up, so they're going to be trying to take space in mid, but they're going to be all alone while their teammates go back to Rainmaker.
Yeah. You do see this brush already on Costco Shrimp Cocktail's side, just trying to get them to turn, and the C-Jet is just trying, but it is very hard to hit the brush with that gun.
This edit just being so aggressive, helping with that brush to get that kill up on the Jet Squelcher. So those two are just going to be isolated there, and while the other 2 teammates, the Mouseswarm, are able to collapse and clean everything up.
And we just see the edit got picked off by the Jet, but they still went 3 down, and the Sploosh is already top right with a hammer ready, and the brush there as well.
This brush go through left, just like turn heads as much as they can. Looks like they are going to be able to go through the flank.
You see this Rain probably just going to try and run it at this point. No one behind, no one in front. You can just run it. No, the Zuka from behind fights 2, but the hammer gets him, and it's just the brush left alive on plat.
Definitely going to be looking to stall as much time as they can, though, unless they jump out.
I think they. Oh, nope. They're bottom left being annoying on plat again.
Look at that. We have the spec camera. We can't even tell where they are.
Yeah, that's just the brush way. You never know where they're at. You see the tent shield coming in. Might try and find one with the shield. Might have to jump out, but gets picked off instead. As we see the edit top left, just trying to hold that space from anyone climbing up to him.
And Costco Shrimp Cocktail really taking their time to just steadily take as much space as they can.
That's 3 down, though, on Costco Shrimp Cocktail, unfortunately. 4 down, and I don't think that was with Cooler, unfortunately. You might see an early grab from Shisa, but they do get picked off by the S-Blast before the Zuka can find the pick.
And they're really just trying to get this Rainmaker as far into the base as possible so that Costco Shrimp Cocktail just has to push so much further in this final minute of the game.
Yeah, really just trying to hold that space. The curly, no!
Oh, the Roomba.
This Roomba from the Sploosh. The Sploosh is going to find another. The Rainmaker holding it on their plat, but that's a scary position when a tent and a brush are right on either side of you.
Come from any angle at any time.
And the Sploosh, I think, is top right with a hammer ready again. The S-Bus is looking at it, but the brush comes in, distracts, and now the Sploosh is way behind.
And all the specials coming out from Mouseswarm just really pinching them and getting as many picks. There's so much value out of those specials right there.
And we see the 10 shield here. Just trying to get as many points on the board, maybe even a KO. That's going to be down, so there's going to be overtime, and it is just 2 left for Mouseswarm right here.
Let's see if that Sploosh can maybe get a Shark off, try and take something out.
The tent kind of just holding plat as long as they can, just to stall out that little bits of time while they get Zuka. Oh, and the hammer throw!
The hammer buff.
I had just seen the Sploosh get hammered and instantly domes the Rainmaker. And that's going to be a 3-0 for Mouseswarm.
Really, such a good showing from them. They're really just able to command the game really well with however they play around each other with so much chaos.
Yeah, the chaos just lets anyone get in at any possible time. And that helped them get that very quick set.
Yep. Definitely a very fun playstyle to watch.
It is always interesting because even the spec cam can't keep
Yeah.
up. It's too hard. Like, you got one brush coming from one way, tent from another, Sploosh diving on top. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to spec all that?
And then sometimes you just have the Zuka or the Whale coming from across the map.
Yeah, it's... I mean, honestly, we saw most of it, which is more than I could ever do. So good job to our spec cam. All right, and I think we're wrapping up for now. I believe so. All right. All right. Well, I've been Kronos.
I've been Nerd.
And we will be back with more SeaBATTLE in just a little bit.
Yep. See you then.